Hello everyone, I hope you're extremely well. Igor from Billionaire, founder of FinMeUp. And today we'll be looking at ARK Invest, a deeper dive into their 5 biggest holdings, as well as some cool other news like what we'll be doing from now on forward. And that is that we'll be sending regular updates to our subscribers, whether it's through the FinMeUp app or through the YouTube channel. Obviously with the FinMeUp app you get access to more information and content and tools. But on our FinMeUp YouTube channel as well as FinMeUp app, we are going to post regular updates on what ARK Invest is buying, holding and selling. That way we can help you stay ahead of the curve when they actually buy something, so that before it goes into the entire mainstream media, you know about it. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to our channels and follow us on social media so you never miss the announcements of new videos or new stock picks or whatever. Also in this video, we'll just be touching on these various 5 companies in their ARKK portfolio, which is the biggest. They have various ETFs like the 3D printing, the genomics, Israel. There are various ETFs which we'll also be covering. So in this ETF, their 5 biggest holdings, first of all, is Tesla. So Tesla has been in their biggest position as long as I can remember, and they were actually the introduction for me to Tesla a few years back when I saw their in-depth research regarding the business and going in more detail than what the front page just looks like. You know, everybody just thought Tesla is this vehicle manufacturing business, but then they took the deeper dive looking in where they are going, where they're going to be in 2025, 2030, autonomous vehicles, the battery business, energy business, self-driving, autonomous taxis, you know, all of that. So they've been in Tesla before Tesla was this really wide-ranged covered business that people just love and performing really well. So I'm very thankful for them for introducing me to Tesla, and that's why we like this ETF, introducing you to these various companies that are disruptive and innovative, as that is their focus. So Tesla at this current moment, well, on the FinMeUp app, on the stock picks, we've posted that we are buying Tesla time after time, and we've seen amazing returns with those stock picks, especially with Tesla. So well done if you bought Tesla stock when we bought it as well. Tesla at the current moment, it is quite expensive. There's no doubt about that, but it depends what your outlook is on the future. And that is regarding the energy business, the battery business, the self-driving cars, which could become the autonomous taxi network, their electric vehicles. You know, there's a lot of potential personally, and as FinMeUp, we still like it. We like Tesla a lot still. We do believe that in 5 years' time, it's going to be worth way more than it is today. Will we see dips? Probably a big yes. And will we be looking to add more shares in any significant dips? Indeed, we will definitely. If the fundamentals don't change. But I mean, Tesla is just amazing. Elon Musk is amazing. They did a bold move, moving $1.5 billion to Bitcoin over the next few years. We'll also see how that plays out. Just a quick overview on how that deal works is when Bitcoin goes down below their purchase price, it's a loss because it's lower than they bought it for. But then they can record that as an expense, that loss, which means they have to pay lower taxes, and on the income statement, it might look bad, like they had a bad year. But it's actually a good thing for the business, as they can save that on tax. But on the upside, let's say Bitcoin skyrockets, they don't have to record it as an income. So that's just a quick overview of how the deal works. We also did a video on what we think is going to happen with Bitcoin on our YouTube channel and FinMeUp podcast. So you can go check that out if you are interested in Bitcoin. Second in their list, or second biggest holding in their portfolio, is Roku. Roku is an interesting company. Year to date, they've been performing incredible, 4xing your money, if not more. And they're currently with a market cap of 59 billion, so it's getting to a really big company. It was founded in 2002. The revenues are growing, and obviously the move to more digital helped with that. So basically what Roku does is they manufacture a variety of digital media players for video streaming, and Roku as an advertising business where they make money, as well as licensing hardware and software to other companies. So that is their revenue model. Personally, I don't like Roku at this current moment at their valuation. I don't believe it's going to, just shoot the lights out further from here without some type of consolidation or retrenchment, dipping. But it's just been a phenomenal performance. ARK Invest still loves this stock. So it's just, for me, I feel there's other opportunities out there as well, especially after the run we've seen with Roku. It's just crazy. But let us know what you think of Roku. Let us know what you think about all of these companies, as well as if you'd like to see us cover other ETFs of ARK Invest, which ETFs would that be? And then you can also tell us if you'll be subscribing to our channels when we post the regular updates on ARK Invest, and if you want other ETFs to be covered as well. So that is Roku. Personally, just a bit overvalued for me, for my liking at this moment, compared to something like Tesla, which is also probably overvalued, but I just see more growth in something like Tesla than in Roku. Third on the list is Teladoc, 5% of the ETF. Teladoc is also just been accelerated by the movement to, what happened in 2020 and everything moving digital. So their share price also went from just above 100 Rand a year ago, $100, to 283 at the current moment. So also more than 2xing your money. It is basically a virtual healthcare and telemedicine company based in the US. And their primary services include telehealth, medical opinions, and then they do also AI and analytics and licensable platform services. So that is Teladoc, definitely a company I'm looking more into. It has a lot of potential, but my sister and her husband, they're both doctors, and I actually asked them, will something like this work for them? And they said no, because they need to see the patient. They need to evaluate one-on-one what is the problem, what's going on, and so many aspects they won't be able to consider doing it virtually, which Teladoc is trying to change. So I'm still trying to figure out how this will play out. And, they're making revenues, they're growing revenues. So there's definitely a need for that and a desire from the community. But, I just want to understand better how they're actually going to do this properly and give really great service to the users. When you're a doctor and you seeing someone over the phone, you can't really evaluate properly. So let's see how they can change that and disrupt that. That is Teladoc, sitting on a 42 billion market cap, so also, quite big. Fourth on the list is Square, one of my all-time favorites. I love the Cash app that they have. We've also been covering Square in the buy stock picks in the on the FinMe Up app, and we've been buying Square stock since it was $50. And if you've been early on the FinMe Up app, you'll know that we've been doing that. We bought at $90 again, then we bought at $190 again, and now it's almost going to $300. So we've been really happy with that performance. Congratulations to you if you're also a Square shareholder. So that is fourth on the list, with also just below 5% of the ETF. Great company. We love Cash App and what they're trying to do with Cash App. They're also trying to expand now globally, as there's job openings going on in countries like Australia, and we'll probably see expansion into Europe and so on. And we all know Jack Dorsey. He's the founder and CEO. He also founded Twitter. And he's got, he's a man of ambition, and there's a lot of ambition for Africa as well. And he's a big backer of Bitcoin. So if you invest in Square, you also get exposure to Bitcoin. So we still like Square, but at these levels, maybe also a bit too high. We'll wait for a further dip before we buy even more. But it's personally one of my favorite stocks that I own, and one of my biggest positions, thanks to the growth that they've shown as well over the years. Then fifth on the list is Zillow Group. So Zillow is a retail estate company. So they try to make the online real estate business super seamless. So they describe themselves as an online real estate marketplace. So I'm still not too familiar with this company. We'll look deeper into this. but they've also had a great performance. And if I just look at the graph and the share price going from 50 to 200 in a year as well, I can't see how. You know what's going on with all these disruptive, innovative companies? It's people are trying to get ahead of the curve by years. So now people invest into the revenue of what is going to be in more than 3 years' time. So that's probably why you see all these high price to sales ratios compared to companies in South Africa. I mean, if you look at a company like Santova, which is a small cap, they're growing revenues, they're growing profits, but yet their price to sales ratio is like below zero. Where these companies in the US, they're trading at price to sales ratio of like 20 and 20 plus. So there's no doubt that the US markets are extremely hot at the moment. And that's probably why you should just consider being careful. When everything just goes up and up and up, it's very likely that we'll see a dip. So a company like Zillow growing from $50 to $200 in a year, they're making and trying to disrupt the real estate industry, sitting on a market cap of $45 billion. So they're already really big. So I do believe there's a lot of opportunities for these companies as they're very disruptive. But from these 5 companies, I like Tesla the most, and I also like Square the most. And I'm very intrigued by Teladoc, but we'll probably sit on the sidelines for now as well. 6th on their list is CRISPR, which is a very exciting company, but we'll cover CRISPR more in detail. It's also, it's biotech, but we'll cover CRISPR in more detail, firstly on the FinMap app and then on the YouTube channel. So subscribe to our channels. Don't miss it if you find this useful and this type of content. Join the community. Great to have you here. Have a great day.